good. Come on. Come on, come on, come on. We're waiting for Skura. Here we go. Good afternoon, sir.
Good afternoon, Mkakashi.
Unjani namhlanje?
Philile coach. Unjani wena?
Phila khondo tata man. Unfortunately, because i-office yami apha endlini invadwe ngamanye abantu fondini. Thanks to lockdown, so my kids are just making it. They owning it, so I had to move out.
I hope. Obviously, you can't keep your social distance. The family, if you mask.
I've got my mask. I've got it with me. Yeah, we can chat like that if you want me to. Good to see you. Happy belated.
Oh, thank you very much. Thank you very much. Appreciate it.
I hope it was a great one.
Yeah. Yeah, and my mom was actually, it was her born day today. Thanks to you for giving the shout out, actually. Thanks for helping.
It's only a pleasure,
Thanks for helping me.
It's only a pleasure. One coach, I hope she's having a blast at the moment.
Yes.
Right, I know you are rushing for a training session.
Yeah.
And thank you so much for giving me a minute so that we can chat and catch up, man. What's happening? What's happening? What have you been up to?
Yeah, obviously, it's been frustrating. Couple of, I think, 2 months or so. We were in training inside Ndlini, and then all of a sudden we got the green light, and then things just went from, we did our medicals today. I think, we did our medicals today, ECGs, and just filling in documents, just to get the ball rolling. So yeah, it's been that, but yeah, it's one that I'll probably tell my kids about one day.
Yeah, it's a new normal, as they say. But tell me something. I understand that England, we're talking about cricket, England are ready to welcome West Indies. They've got Pakistan coming too.
Yes.
It's a blurry sort of a tunnel vision. You don't know what's happening out there.
Yeah.
There's a biosecure bubble, whatever they call it. Have they given you any information of what's going to happen with you guys? How is it going to happen? I know there's no planned, there's no tournament named yet, but there's something that's bubbling at the moment. Yeah.
Yeah. Well, I think us and the public are sort of same in the same bubble, where we've just been told that there's this, sort of like internal competition that will happen. I think it's probably similar to what New Zealand is going to probably the next couple of weeks. They're starting their internal competition. At the moment, we don't know whether that is going to start. And what we're preparing for at this moment is training in groups, not more than 6. So, we've already started those groups have been nominated, and those gents will train in those groups throughout the sort of season that we're heading to right now. Yeah.
How's the Bronco going though?
That's any professional rugby player's nightmare, unless if you're Broden Barrett and you're breaking records and you're going for 40.
Oh no, he does it with these, eh?
Yeah, I'll never go there. I'll never go there.
The season started, and I know that there've been many people who've asked you this question. Season started, you changed colors, and I know it wasn't a difficult decision for you, but anyway, you had to do it. Sharks, appearing at Sharks, it was very interesting. I don't want to let people know, but I think a couple of months ago, was it last year? I'm not too sure. When I sent you a text, so something similar to this, and I know it was maybe under wraps at the time. You see, you and
Sorry, Coach, I didn't hear that.
Okay, I'm saying that you kept it under wraps at the time, but we could hear, we knew that there was something which was cooking underneath.
Yeah, but I think I just needed to give respect to my contract of Western Province, and just finish that in a good manner, and then give respect to the Sharks, who's obviously given me the opportunity for them to release it first before I sort of come and and share with people and say that I'm heading to Durban. But it was scary. I think when I made the decision, it was scary. Having to leave my family, in Cape Town, and my mates, sort of like the comfort zone. You knew where to get around around Cape Town. If Lindley Valley, where this one is open, so you knew those sort of tricks, and all of a sudden now you got to start new roads and new journeys with people. So it was an interesting time, but one that I really, now that I couldn't have exchanged it for anything else, because it paid dividends, and I'm very happy for the decision that I made. Yes, I had to work hard when I got here. I had to earn people's respect by playing well. In saying that, I was also hungry to get back into a Springbok setup. So that was probably one of the drives, because I think the last chat that I had with Rassie was like, the only time that you're actually going to sort of play for the Springboks is if you start for a union, or a franchise, and play well. Don't just play well. And and I had to move down to Durban.
And that wasn't forthcoming at the time, you felt, down in Cape Town. I suppose it's because of injuries as well, and you were unfortunate at times.
No, very unfortunate at times, and at times, obviously, there's decisions like injuries. You can't blame injuries on selection, but there's times where I was fit and I was ready to go, and you feel that, okay, cool, I think I've been hard done by here. But those are the good ones. Those I think those are the life lessons for me, where you feel fit and you're ready for selection, and then you don't crack it, and then those are the testing ones. They show a bit of resilience. How resilient are you? When a coach says you're not playing this weekend, and you're not only not playing this week, you're out of the 23. You won't be taking part, and those were the tough ones. Those are tough ones.
So it's a hard pill to take. I suppose. Yeah. But then, where I'm trying to come to is that where you are right now in terms of the form. It's unfortunate that this pandemic, this COVID-19, had to stop this resurgence, if I may say, this bus that was just coming through. Number 8 Sharks, it was just showing the numbers. I mean, were there. Numbers are there for rugby fans to see.
Yeah, like that's I didn't worry about that too much. I just worried about more so like playing my game and making sure that I continue. I mean, that's your guys' job, the media's job. Those guys, they must count the numbers and do all of that thing. My job is to play. You know what I mean? The minute that I start worrying about your job, then I know that I'm not on the right track. So I just to make sure that I perform week in and week out, and just make sure that the consistency is there, because that's how you're going to get picked to the national team, if your consistency is there and you're performing week in and week out.
This puts us completely off as well, because you sort of know the next opponents. You're playing against Stormers, you're playing against Lions, you're playing against Bulls, you're going to New Zealand, to Australia, and now all of a sudden it's just completely undone. So as an individual, what does it do to you in terms of your mental fortitude?
I think rugby is rugby. Whether you're playing in New Zealand, whether you're playing against New Zealand teams or South African teams, rugby is rugby. And the most important thing for me is to keep on doing what I was doing, and that's performing. If there's obviously we're going to play in closed doors and everything like that, and there's not going to be crowds, and there's going to be testing moments. Like, people are going to be tested by their characters. Were you doing it for the crowd? Were you doing it for the crowd when you were playing? Were you, those sort of things, and one is going to be honest with themselves, and and people are going to see the true colors of people now. Can't celebrate now because there's no crowds, you know. So
yeah,
those are the kind of things. You know, so those are the things that I think, you know, and especially in our sport, especially rugby, you know, it sort of shows people's characters. You know how they, you know, when something like COVID-19 gets thrown at you, how do you behave against it? So those are the behaviors that people are going to see, are going to sort of want to see now.
A lot of people have likened you to a lot of light-footed, if I may say, back rowers or fiesta, yeah. But who did you look up to when you were growing up?
Oof. Bobby was sort of like one of them, and then obviously as you grew, I sort of like had an you know, an idol in every sort of like age group that I went to. I think there was a guy when I was at school called Nick Costa. He used to own school rugby. He was
good number 8.
Yeah, he was a good number 8. Costa was a good number 8. And then, you know, you sort of grow up, and then Kieran Reid and Dwayne Vermeulen and those guys, and Jerome Kiner, you know, for the, you know, those they sort of been like growing up, those guys that you know, you want to sort of follow them.
A lot of people don't know that you're from the Eastern Cape, or they didn't know the history. Can you tell us a little bit about your background?
So I was born in a small sort of village at Kobo. And it's and the other name for the place is Case Kamahuk. So my parents moved down to Cape Town, like when they were probably still young, and then, you know, obviously back in those days, were looking for jobs and everything like that. But obviously used to go back home in Decembers and in Junes, and if there's something happening, if there's traditional ceremonies that are happening, they used to go back then. And then, you know, I just grew up going back there, and my grandfather, I used to have a close bond with him, and, you know, my dad's dad, you know, when he was still alive. And then, you know, like I just love the EC, you know, it's like my getaway, and I just love getting away because, you know, city life, you know, it's you versus the livestock, and, you know, so I just, that's my background in a nutshell. So I come from the EC, and I am from the EC, not from Cape Town.
Yeah, I see a lot of 1 or 2 people saying, why are we engaging in English? We've got to let the wider audience and people that follow you understand of what we're talking about. And I'm sure if you logged in, you do understand the command, or you do have the command of a language. And the offers are coming thick and fast for other players as well, without just opening up the lead or something. Have you had any offers?
To be honest, no. Because obviously I've just committed to the Sharks. I committed to the Sharks, and obviously there was a 21-day period, and I just felt that it would be disloyal to the Sharks after what they've done for me, the loyalty that they've shown to me, you know. So I just realized that I think I can offer more to them than just offering them 7 rounds of Super Rugby, because that's what I actually did. You know, I just played 7 rounds of Super Rugby. I've got 7 caps for the Sharks, and I'd like that to expand in the near future. But yeah, there was to be honest though, there were no offers, and I was not keen on them. You know, I was really keen on staying down in Durban.
Yep.
Yeah, and
man of your words.
Yeah, to the people of Durban, for the way that they've welcomed me here, you know, it would be really, 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 really disloyal to them, and I didn't want that.
Any interest in donning the green and gold once again?
100%. That's one of the reasons why I had to move, because I knew that the opportunity wouldn't come, and I needed to showcase my talent, because I knew I backed my confidence. You know, when I'm confident and I'm fit and I'm doing what I love, and I know that I can perform well. So that's one of the things that I really wanted to do, and that was going to get me back into the map, if you want to call it that. So I still want the green and gold. I just want to add on my 6 caps.
Were you able to watch the games with Was it with heavy heart when you watched the Rugby World Cup while sitting at home missing a little bit of an injury?
Yeah, if I was not jealous, then I'm not human. I was, you know, watching, because when Rassie came in, when he came in 2018, I was sort of part. I was the first of the, I was in the group. You know, I was in the group when he sort of invited me, the first group that he invited in 2018 to take Wales, where I made my debut, and then 3 test matches against England. You know, and then, you know, rugby championships and end of the year tour, like that whole year, you know, I was sort of involved. And then obviously 2019, when the Rugby World Cup came around, and then just got hit by injuries, shoulder, ankle, you know, it just went down spiral. But, you know, and it's part of rugby. You know, we play a contact sport, and, you know, it's meant to happen. But for me, it was like, oh, why does it have to happen now? You know?
Obviously, it's not in your hands, and you can say if you aren't able to answer these, we can pass as well. There are possibilities and rumors, of course, in the newspapers about South Africa moving up north, relishing an opportunity like that if it had to happen.
Yeah, like you just want, at this moment in time, coach, you just want to play rugby. Yes, I would love to still continue to play Super Rugby. I think Super Rugby was a good tournament. Like, we grew up in the southern, you know, when the tournament started in '96, I was probably 3 years old. But as you grew, you know, you just love the fast pace, the skill, the physicality of it, and you growing up. And, you know, I used to, you know, I grew up in a rugby mad house where we used to wake up at 6 o'clock to watch Super Rugby until the evening. You know what I mean? And Mom had to chase us to go.
Saturdays, yes.
You know, to go bath, because you're couchy and you're chilling in the couch the whole. Missed you. If we had to,
can you hear me?
So yeah, I can hear you. So if we had to go north, it is what it is. I'm not in the power to control that, but yeah, we'll have to go north.
Gotta let you go, but I'm saying I think this needs a part 2 or even part 3 as well, to try and find out more 100%. About you. But I think the main chat here, and maybe the main reason for me to have these kinds of chats, is to try and get behind the person, the relaxed manner. You play your game with a smile. You seem to be enjoying it a little bit more too as well, and that translates in the field of play. May you continue to do so, and let's just hope that the pandemic will give us a space, and so we can see a bit of rugby. I'm so excited to watch rugby on the 13th of June, by the way, in New Zealand, but I hope it happens here.
Yeah, I wouldn't be enjoying watching it. I would rather be playing it, but yeah, it is what it is. We're still in our level 3, so yeah, I'll sort of like hold thumbs that we also get sort of like the thumbs up to sort of speed things up and get back onto the rugby field. But yeah, I definitely agree with you. I think we do need a part 2 of our live session, so that people can obviously engage.
Yeah, but we'll let them know, because it was a bit of a dry run, I would say. So we would have more of these chats. Thank you so much. 100%. All the best. Cheers, man.
No
Keep
problem.
well. Cheers. Bye.